My name is Brian Patrick Flynn, and I'm a television producer turned interior designer. I'm also a design ambassador for AmericasMart, which is one of the biggest design centers in the world. I've worked for years on home makeover and home improvement programs. And eventually people started asking me to do their houses, and I started doing that. And next thing you know, one of the first things I ever did became published, and it was a huge hit. And ever since then, I've just been a little bit addicted. Now I can't stop doing spaces.
With 7 million square feet, over 1,400 permanent exhibitors, and spanning 3 city blocks, it's no wonder AmericasMart in Atlanta can seem kind of overwhelming. It is overwhelming. You just need to know where to start, and I'm here to help. Here are my top 10 things to know about AmericasMart. First things first, am I eligible to shop at the Mart? Well, I am, but are you?
To find out what kind of credentials you'll need, visit AmericasMart.com and click on the registration link to find the official admission policies.
Now get ready for your visit.
The first thing you should do is get yourself a rolling shopping kit. These are super convenient, but for safety reasons, anything larger than 12 by 16 by 5 isn't allowed. But honestly, that's all you'll need. Fill this with all of your essentials. One great trick is to bring a sheet of pre-printed labels with your company information on them. Showroom reps are gonna love you for this because it's a major time saver. Also, be sure to ask for jump drives or CD versions of catalogs instead of the heavy, bulky paper versions.
Now there's something really important and serious to talk about while you're here at the Mart. Your shoes. I know it sounds weird, but it's actually kind of true. If you're gonna be here 2 days in a row, make sure you don't wear the same pair of shoes back to back. Trust me, your feet will really appreciate that. Here we go again with logistics. Wish we were talking about something a little more colorful, like painting a wall pink or tearing apart a house. Anyhow, believe it or not, downtown Atlanta has really good public transportation. And if you hop on MARTA and take it to the Peachtree Center Station, you'll end up right here in the Mart. Doesn't get much more convenient than that, folks. Building 2 is the most popular place to park. Plan on spending about $12 for all-day parking, and if you park in this garage and spend $100 in building 1 or 2, you can park for free. Finally, you're here. Well, that's great, so what the hell do you do now? Well, if you haven't already pre-registered, do that first. It only takes a few minutes while they get your information into the Mart's database, and you can do this in the lobby of any of the buildings. Hey there. What the? How am I supposed to find anything? Actually, it's a lot easier than you might think. Buildings are broken down into different categories. For example, building number 1 is almost all about interiors, with floors 3 through 6 and 9-14 being the most popular with interior designers and decorators. Here's something I recommend doing to make shopping here a little bit easier. Try to stick with only one building each day and familiarize yourself with which products are on which floor. Don't be distracted by going to any other floors, or it'll take way too long. Also, if you're not familiar with the Mart, try to come in here and learn the buildings on a day where you have zero pressure to shop. Schedules are so boring, but they can actually be hugely helpful. Make appointments and stick with them, and know that there's gonna be a ton of distractions, but if you meet your reps on time, you're gonna get the best service possible. Also, know when the showroom's open and closed. Many open at 10 and close at 4. Some aren't open at all between markets. And last but not least, group categories together, like rugs and carpets. If you buy the same type of category at one time, your shopping is gonna be so much more efficient. Now we're at the part of the day when I'm gonna cut someone. And that's because I'm hungry and my blood sugar is low. But luckily, right here in the Mart, you've got tons of options, from a place to grab a cup of coffee, to pick up a pastry, a snack, or a sit-down meal. All these options under one roof. And now, a very serious tip for becoming a successful designer. Schmoozing the pants off of very classy people, all while scoring free food and drinks.
Here's what you need to know.
Most of the events are free. There's really not much commitment involved. However, some do require reservations, and it is the best networking you'll find in Atlanta. You'll meet some really interesting industry people. Oh my God, I am physically drained and suffering from major sensory overload. So it's time for a stiff drink. Except I don't really drink, so it's more like a Shirley Temple and a very large cookie. But anyhow, AmericasMart sits right in the center of downtown Atlanta. So right outside its doors are tons of things to do. And that's it, AmericasMart in 10 easy steps. Everything you could possibly need for your next design project is definitely here under this roof. So get to know AmericasMart.